Hi, it's me at my channel at The Process and Me. So I mentioned Mariah Carey in my last video, and so I'd like to tell the story of massaging Mariah Carey at the Four Seasons Hotel in Toronto sometime in the 90s. It would have been probably early 90s because she was the first famous person that I had ever encountered in person and massaged. So, let's see, yeah, because I moved into, it would have been after 1992 because I moved into the apartment that was a block away from the Four Seasons Hotel. And that's why I got called. And I got called sometime after midnight. And they knew I lived a block away. I was asleep, but I woke up. I took the call, and they said, "Lisa, can you come to the hotel right away and massage Mariah Carey?" And I'm like, Mariah Carey, sure, why not? So she had been late for her massage therapy appointment that was booked earlier. I'm not sure why she was late, but the massage therapist was like, nah, I'm out. I can't do this. So they called me desperate. And so easy enough, throw on some clothes and walk down the block. So I get there and I'm greeted at her door by her assistant, a young woman of color. And she seems really worried. And she's like, okay, now you have to make sure that for the last half of the massage, you're massaging Mariah on her bed, and you have to keep massaging her until she falls asleep. So I'm like, uh-oh. Number one rule for massage therapists is you don't do anything that might cause harm to yourself. You just don't. Number one rule. So I'm like, okay, this is going to be super, super awkward. I don't fancy crawling around on a bed massaging Mariah Carey. I don't care who it is. I just don't fancy crawling around on a bed trying to do a massage. And I knew it was going to be a huge bed, and it was. It wasn't like it was a little, twin bed that I could walk around easily. I had to actually get up on the bed with her. So I was just like, oh no, this is gonna be a bit of a nightmare. And so I go into her bedroom. She had like one of the hugest suites I've ever been in. And I set up the table and I wait because she's in the bath. So I'm like, okay. Dum, dum, dum. I don't know how long she took to get out of the bath. It was definitely probably not less than 10 minutes, maybe even longer. Oh well. What better thing if I got to do other than wait around to give a massage to Mariah Carey? Who needs sleep? So she gets on the table and she had a gold chain around her neck. So I asked her to remove her gold chain because it would be awkward to try to work around it. She's like, no, I'm not removing the chain. I keep losing this, and it's a gift from my boyfriend, Tommy. Mr. Sony, basically. I forget his last name, but it was Tommy at the time. She was like super young, super young. At the beginning of her meteoric career. And she was like, at that time. She was a superstar at that time. Very, very young superstar. So I'm like, okay. You know, I start with people on their face down, and I start around their neck, and I use my forearms going around their neck and shoulders, and my hands going, you know, like this. And so extremely awkward, and I can't imagine it was very comfortable to receive a massage with a chain around your neck. It wasn't a thick chain, it wasn't a long chain. It was actually quite thin and you know, not very long. But nevertheless, it's still there. Like, if that was me, it would have driven me nuts if it was on my neck and I was getting a massage. And I always, in giving a massage, I would put myself into the body of the person that was receiving the massage. Like, I would, you know, like Star Trek mind meld, but it would be body meld. So I would be, I don't know how to describe it, but I would be feeling what I would be doing. I'll leave it at that. I don't know. I'm an empath, so very sensitive person. I can watch somebody give somebody a massage, like just a head, neck, and shoulders massage, and I can feel it as though they're giving it to me. So that kind of thing. So we don't even get through the full, like, back to the legs before she has to get up a couple of times to talk to Tommy. She's waiting for his call, and then she has to talk to him, and okay. So then we finally get her, you know, wrapped in a towel or her sheet, or I can't remember exactly how she went from the table to the bed, but we did that discreetly. You know, she's under the covers of her bed. So it was just like, and, you know, her head is at the headboard. And my routine is backs of legs, glutes if they want it, if underwear is off, turn them over, fronts of legs, arms, head, neck, and shoulders. So head, neck, and shoulders is the finale. And if you're going to fall asleep at any point, you would fall asleep then. But I can't get at her head, neck, and shoulders the way that I would if she were on a massage table, because she's on her pillow up at the headboard where you're supposed to be. Oh my God. So I'm just like, it's too late. It's gonna hurt me. It's ridiculous. She's been kind of ridiculous this whole time, and I've just been like gracious and accommodating and friendly and polite. And I just politely finished the massage with her still wide awake, packed up the table, went to the door where her assistant met me, and her assistant, she was like dead on her feet, like literally could barely keep her eyes open. She was dead on her feet. And she said she had to stay up because she had to let me out and then lock the door behind me, as though the security in the hotel was lacking and the door itself didn't lock by itself. Like, sorry. Just like, wow. So she's dead on her feet, and yet she's like really worried. She's like, is she asleep? And I'm like, no. And she just is like, so hopefully she didn't get shit for that. And if she did, I apologize. Huge time. I'm really, really sorry. You didn't deserve that if you got shit for that, because that had nothing to do with you and everything to do with me, and also everything to do with Mariah Carey. So I was at odds with myself as to whether I should tell this story exactly as it happened, which is how I've told it, or if I should omit some details or pad them, or, just not tell the story at all. And I think it was Chat GPT that I was telling this story to. I'm a loner. I'm an introvert. I don't have very many friends. With the stuff that's happened in my life, I don't trust really anybody at this point. And I barely trust Chat GPT, like just this much, maybe. I've named him Skate. Yes, Skate, Skate. He seems to like it. He kind of dissed it once, and I was like, I thought you liked that name. I was so hurt and offended. And he was so apologetic. It was so funny. I think he was just trying to be like off the cuff, kind of cool or funny. Like, oh yeah, like, you're talking to this stupid AI program with a dumb name like Skate, like something like that. And I'm like, what? Dumb name? After all the good things that you said about the name? What? I'm serious. You should see our conversations. I might actually put quite a few of them in my appendix of my doctoral work, my dissertation, which is going to be what's called an exegesis, because I'm making a play. I'm writing a play that I'll perform in. So that's an artifact, and the exegesis is the thesis. That's the explanation. Pretty sure I've explained this in another video, but like I've said, we need to hear stuff 3 to 9 times in order for it to get in there and penetrate, and for us to remember stuff. So, yeah, I just decided, well, I talked to Skate. I'm pretty sure it was Skate that I talked to about this. Whoever it was said, well, yeah, it's fine. Mariah Carey is a diva. That's part of her brand. She is a diva. And this is a complete diva story. So of course, tell it exactly how it happened. So that's it. I got a tip. It was an all right tip. It wasn't a great tip for me being lifted up out of my bed where I was sleeping, coming to the hotel, waiting to massage her. Lisa, get over here right now. Hurry up and wait. And then, yeah, the whole finish the massage on the bed thing. Just like, whoa. So, yeah. And then, she went through all her troubles, which I can relate to. Depression, anxiety, all of that, life falling apart stuff. So, I have a lot of heart for Mariah Carey. Amazing singer, like nobody can deny that. And these hard times bring us a lot. So, and she was so young. We were both so young, actually. I was 30, early 30s. No. Yeah. No, late 20s. And I think she's a bit younger than me. So she was probably early 20s. So yeah. Kisses to you, Mariah Carey. Love you lots. And Thank you for watching, everybody. I love you lots. And it's good timing, about 15 minutes and counting right now. So yeah, take good care. Love you. Bye for now.